recipes for technical trading success in Cook's Kitchen.
Boom goes the Pinterest. Here's the rumor this morning, reported by Bloomberg: PayPal exploring a purchase of social media firm Pinterest. $70 is the suggested price tag going around. Let's look at the stock real quick, just so you can see the action. So there's your boom, boy. That's 62 million shares. Whoever was short Pinterest is in a world of hurt this morning. And boy, I'd love to buy some more right here at 60. Let's back out a little bit so this candle doesn't look so dramatic. I mean, look where Pinterest has come from, right? It was, trading near 90 earlier in the year. Then they reported the quarter that they told everybody they were going to report, which was, hey, during the reopening, less people are making boards and buying stuff and cruising around Pinterest. Remember during the pandemic, it was home remodeling and arts and crafts and homeschooling. So Pinterest, their volume and sales and revenues exploded. And they warned that, hey, it's not going to, 2021 is not going to be a repeat of the pandemic year. So, but I think way too much pessimism got priced in. I did this Bull of the Day article August 12th, where I explained, hey, this is why it's down, but estimates actually had gone up. So Pinterest was still a Zacks #1 rank. So I went over the whole thing here, and I keyed off of my colleague Tracy Reinick, who has owned Pinterest for a long time and been a big fan. She's owned it since like $19. So both of us big bulls there, and I was just looking for an opportunity to get in at the time. August was still trading, 57, 58. And we finally pulled the trigger last week, October 15th. So we're buying Pinterest right here, 52, 53. Chance it dips under 50. I doubt it goes to fill the last October gap down to 46. They've got new ad features to drive shopping. And remember, this is Pinterest is trying to become a full e-commerce site. And they also have corporate advertising, right? So if you're looking at home remodeling, Home Depot can show you an ad, that kind of thing. But in this piece I wrote for my subscribers last week, where we bought Pinterest under 53, I featured this YouTube video from a sort of a digital marketer guy. His name is Ryan Moran, I think. Ryan Daniel Moran. The Future of E-Commerce in 2022 and Beyond, 4 Trends. This guy's really smart, knows his stuff. We're going to look at his video in a moment with a big idea about Pinterest. Let's see if I want to tell you anything else. We can just look at the Bloomberg article here. Well, that's it. That was just a blurb from Bloomberg at 10:30 Central, and so that's what blew up the stock. So I showed you that. Okay. So why don't we get into it? Why don't we get into this video clip, because this is kind of cool. And now I just want to say again, though, look at what PayPal is doing. PayPal is not just about payments. They see what Square is doing, creating this whole ecosystem for small businesses. But PayPal is partners with one of my little e-commerce platforms, and that is BigCommerce. BigCommerce I call the little Shopify. PayPal promotes them, like, hey, build your e-commerce site on BigCommerce and we'll have full integrations and do all this other stuff for you. So PayPal is looking to be, looking at the future and figuring out where they want to be, not just in fintech, but in all of e-commerce. And Pinterest is e-commerce. So that's the thing. All right, so let's look at this. Let's look at this video from Ryan Daniel Moran. He's got 100K subscribers on YouTube. Really smart guy. I've listened to him for a couple years, and this is what he says. This is his number 2 or number 3 of the 4 trends. I'm not going to show you all 4, but this one will open your eyes, if not blow your mind, the way he suggests. And here we go.
The third trend, this is going to melt your mind, is NFT VIP memberships. A lot of you use VIP groups or Facebook groups or email lists to get early access to your products in exchange for reviews, and you do rebates, and you use Rebate Key or a bunch of the different services that exist out there to do search, find, buy on Amazon, or just buy and leave a review on Shopify, whatever you guys call it. But moving forward, I suggest that you treat that like a real business. And what I mean is, instead of just having these groups of people that are there to do your bidding, like get free product and then leave you a review or whatever it is, treat those like real VIP customers. Here's how this is going to play out. I'm just waiting for the first brand to release an NFT that gets you access into your VIP group. What's inside that VIP group? The same thing that you are giving your existing VIPs. You just treat them like real VIPs. You might have 1,000 people, and it's never going to be more than 1,000 people, and they buy an NFT, or you just airdrop it to them, and that NFT gets them access to your Discord, your Slack channel, or your Facebook group that allows them to interface with you and be first in line to try new products, give their feedback, and whatever other bonuses that you want to give on top of that. If you treat that like a real VIP group, this is your early access group, you will not only create raving fans, but you will get the best marketing ever out of that group. Because now those 1,000 NFT holders are financially incentivized to see the brand succeed. Can you imagine how loud they give you great reviews and tell their friends and bring in influencers and market your business for you and send you video testimonials of how amazing your product is? You're building a real VIP group, not just this thing that you call a VIP group. And I think the way that's going to play out is by issuing NFTs to your best customers who now have an aligned incentive with you, the aligned incentive to see this brand succeed. When the brand wins, the value of that NFT goes up because they can sell their access to somebody else who wants to be on the front lines of your new brand. And you now have a group of people who are incentivized to leave reviews and testimonials and all of this without you having to do the incentivization. Incentification. The incentives. See, most people are breaking terms of service right now by incentivizing people to do things that they want them to do. But what if they were just inherently incentivized because they own an NFT that gets them access to the VIP membership? Oh, that is going to change e-commerce in so many ways, and it's going to be a beautiful thing to watch unfold.
All right, so that was Ryan Daniel Moran with a mind blower. I don't even know if I fully understand it. So what does this have to do with Pinterest? Well, Pinterest could be a great platform for NFTs. Now, you know, all the crypto digital currency guys are going into it, Coinbase, OpenSea, but Pinterest has a page for exploring ETFs, and I bet you they could become a big platform for it. So that's where I'm going with that. All right, before I leave you, I always like to give you, something extra. Let's talk about Fastly. I'm buying Fastly right here. Not a lot, just nibbling. Here it is. Trying to find some legs, trying to find a bottom. Remember, they had that big outage in June where, they lost like a top 10 video streaming provider customer because they had a big outage. But I think it's finding a bottom here. Wall Street is super bearish. Like the average price target is like 35 or 38 bucks. Spiked up here on Tuesday because they got a new patent in something that they do in particular in high bandwidth streaming. Remember that TikTok is a big customer. I don't think they lost TikTok, or the stock probably would be a lot lower. But anyway, I'm thinking about nibbling here, and we've got the next earnings report is going to be huge. So either analysts have started to raise estimates, and either they reverse their bearishness and ahead of the report, or they wait, November 3rd in a couple weeks here and find out what the deal is. So I just started a little position just to keep my attention on it, and I'd be a much bigger buyer under 45 and 40 if they want to do that to the stock. You can see the bear of the day that I wrote on Fastly to explain why back. Hey, basically on the same day I wrote the bull of the day on Pinterest, August 12th, I explained why Fastly was down. I'm ready to write a bull of the day on Fastly if they can get this turnaround going. All right, that's it for Cook's Kitchen this week. Thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you next week. Be sure to like and subscribe. And you can find the article version on Zacks.com. I'll try and leave a link to the article version of today's commentary right underneath the YouTube description there. All right. Thanks for joining me.